আসসালামু আলাইকুম এভরিওয়ান, ওয়েলকাম টু মাই চ্যানেল। আজকে আমি ডিসকাস করব রেস্টোরেশন অ্যান্ড 18th-century ফিকশনের প্রিভিয়াস ইয়ার ব্রিফ কোশ্চেন নিয়ে। যেহেতু এই ব্রিফ কোশ্চেনগুলো বারবার রিপিট হয়, তাই আমি এই কোশ্চেনগুলো নিয়ে ডিসকাস করতেছি, সাথে অ্যান্সারগুলোও দেওয়া আছে। তাই আপনারা এই ভিডিওটি ভালোভাবে শুরু থেকে শেষ পর্যন্ত দেখবেন, যাতে করে কোনো আনসার যেন মিস না করতে পারেন। সো এখন আমি শুরু করতেছি। 2014 সালে যে ব্রিফ কোশ্চেনগুলো এসেছিল, হোয়াট ইজ দ্য সেটিং অফ দ্য নভেল ওরোনোকো? Suriname, located on the north coast of South America, serves as the setting of the story of Oroonoko. Why did Crusoe want to stay near the sea? Crusoe chose a place near the sea from where he could behold the sea, so that he could see whether any ship was passing the way. যেগুলো আগের সিলেবাসে প্রশ্ন রয়েছে সেগুলো আমি অ্যাভয়েড করে যাচ্ছি, যেহেতু আউট অফ সিলেবাস কোনো কোশ্চেনই আসবে না, সো আমি এটা রিপিট করতেছি না। হোয়াট আর দ্য টু রেসেস মেনশনড ইন পার্ট 4 অফ গালিভারস ট্রাভেল? দ্য টু রেসেস মেনশনড ইন পার্ট 4 অফ গালিভারস ট্রাভেল আর ইয়াহুস অ্যান্ড হুনিমস। হু আর দ্য বিগ ইন্ডিয়ানস? The big Indian and the little Indian in Lilliput were two conflicting parties in a voyage to Lilliput. Why did Robinson Crusoe become repentant? Robinson became repentant because of the realization of the original sin of his life. What is a picaresque novel? A picaresque novel is a genre of prose fiction that depicts the adventures of a ragged hero of low social class who lives by their wits in a corrupt society. How was Gulliver rescued from the bowl of cream? Gulliver was rescued from the bowl of cream by pulling him out of the thick liquid just in time by Glumdalclitch. 2015 সালে কোশ্চেনগুলো নিয়ে এখন আলোচনা করব। How long was Crusoe in Brazil with his plantation? Crusoe spent 4 years in Brazil with his plantation. Why were the immortals miserable? The immortals were miserable because they longed for death which didn't come to them. How did Gulliver escape from the island of Lilliput of Blefuscu? Gulliver escaped from the island of Lilliput of Blefuscu by wading and sometimes swimming across the water. He transported clothing inside of a ship which he carried under his arm. What did Crusoe's father want him to study? Crusoe's father wanted him to study law. Number A says, when did Oroonoko see Imoinda for the first time? Oroonoko saw Imoinda for the first time when he came to his grandfather's court. Which port of France did Crusoe take ship from? The port of France from which Crusoe took ship in the port of Calais. Who is High Admiral of Lilliput? Skyresh Bolgolam is the High Admiral of Lilliput. Next, 2016. What kind of book is Oroonoko? Oroonoko is an anti-colonial and anti-slavery novel in which Afraban sets an example to write in a new field and to fight against strongly built unjust politico-socio-economic institution. Why does Oroonoko kill Imoinda? Oroonoko kills Imoinda to give her eternal freedom from the disgrace of slavery. এই কোশ্চেনটা অনেক গুরুত্বপূর্ণ, এটা এক্সামে আসার জন্য খুবই কমন একটি প্রশ্ন। How does Oroonoko receive his poetic justice? Oroonoko receives his poetic justice by becoming a slave from the status of a slave trader. What was Crusoe's dream from the very beginning of his life? Crusoe's dream from the very beginning of his life was to go on sea voyage. What name did Crusoe give to the rescued man? Crusoe gave the name Friday to the rescued man. Why was the gunpowder very important to Crusoe? The gunpowder was very important to Crusoe because he collected his livelihood and protected himself from the savages with the gunpowder. What is the subject matter of the novel Tom Jones? The subject matter of the novel Tom Jones is human nature and real life. Who was Sophia? Sophia, the daughter of the violent squire, is the beautiful, generous heroine of Tom Jones. Why did one day Tom attack Master Blifil? One day Tom attacked Master Blifil for calling him a beggarly bastard. How was Gulliver called by the Lilliputians? The Lilliputians call Gulliver Queenbus, Flestrin, or Man Mountain. How was Gulliver taken to the capital city from the seashore? Gulliver was taken to the capital city from the seashores by binding him down to a kind of stretcher pulled by 1,500 of the emperor's largest horse, each about 4 inches and a half high. How many seamstresses were employed to prepare the dress for Gulliver? The 200 seamstresses were employed to prepare the dress for Gulliver. নেক্সট 2017 সালে যে কোশ্চেনগুলো এসেছিল, হোয়াট ইজ রয়্যাল ভেল? রয়্যাল ভেল ইজ এ সেক্রেট ভেল given to any woman whom the African king desires to have as his gift. Who is the great mistress in Oroonoko? Ben's narrator is the great mistress in Oroonoko. What does the name Olorthi signify? The name Olorthi signifies Mr. Olorthi's reputation and fame throughout Europe. How many years did Crusoe stay in the isolated island? Crusoe stayed more than 28 years in the isolated island. What was Crusoe's original sin? The act of ignoring his father's advice was Crusoe's original sin. Who was Friday? Friday was a Caribbean native, one of the savages that Robinson sees on his island. Friday is taken as a prisoner by some cannibals who prepare to eat him on Robinson's island. Robinson helps to rescue him. Who was the supposed mother of Tom Jones? Jenny Jones was the supposed mother of Tom Jones. Whom did Miss Brigade marry in Tom Jones? Miss Brigade married Captain Blifil in Tom Jones. Mention the full title of the third part of Gulliver's Travel. The full title of the third part of Gulliver's Travel is A Voyage to Laputa, Balnibarbi, Lugnak, Glab, Dabdrib, and Japan. What was the name of the metropolis of Brobdingnak? Lorglograd, or the Pride of Universe, was the name of the metropolis of Brobdingnak. Who is Skyresh Bolgolam? Skyresh Bolgolam is the High Admiral of Lilliput, who is only member of the administration to oppose Gulliver's slavery. Which political party of England has been satirized in Book 1 of Gulliver's Travel? Whig along with Tory has been satirized in Book 1 of Gulliver's Travel. Next 2018 সালে আসা কোশ্চেনগুলো। Number A, what is Otan? Otan is the harem of African king. Number B, who were the Picts? The Picts were the ancient people from north. What is Black Friday? It is the day set aside for punishment. What is furniture? What furniture did Crusoe make on the land? First, he made a table and a chair. Without having any prior experience of handling a carpenter's tool in his life, then he made a number of shelves to arrange some of his goods. Why did Crusoe need shape? Crusoe needed a shape to separate the bran and the husk from the grains, because without doing that he couldn't obtain the flour to make bread. What was the first condition that Crusoe gave the prisoner? The first conditions Crusoe gave was that As long as they stayed on the land with him, they must treat him as the supreme authority. Why was Molly sentenced to prison by Mr. Allworthy? Molly gave birth to a bastard child, and Mr. Allworthy, in his magisterial power, sentenced her to prison. Who got the pounds that Tom lost near the brook? Black George got the pound which Tom lost near the brook, but he didn't reveal it. Why was Mrs. Western annoyed with Sophia? During her interview with Lord Philamer, Sophia flatly rejected the proposal of the Lord, which annoyed Mrs. Western very much with Sophia. What title was awarded to Gulliver for his valiant deed in Lilliput? The Emperor of the Lilliput became highly pleased with Gulliver for his success in protecting the land and awarded him with Nardik, the highest title of the honor in that land. Where was Lagado? Lagado was the metropolis of the flying island Laputa. It was situated below on the far north, which was about 90 leagues distant. Why did Gulliver buy 2 young yahoos? Initially, he could not endure the very presence of his wife and children, and even their smell was intolerable to him. Finally, he brought 2 young horses, whom he treated very kindly and regarded as his true companions. নেক্সট 2019 সালে আসা ব্রিফ কোশ্চেনগুলো এখন আমি ডিসকাস করব। নাম্বার এ আছে, হোয়াট কাইন্ড অফ বুক ইজ Oroonoko? Oroonoko is an anti-colonial and anti-slavery novel in which Afra-Ban sets an example to write in a new field to fight against strongly built, unjust politico-socio-economic institution. What is the other name of Imoinda? The other name of Imoinda is Climini. Who was Jury? Jury was a young boy sent with Robinson Crusoe and Ismail on the Turkish pirate captain's fishing boat. Where did Crusoe find corns? Crusoe found corn in a little bag of grain in the ship. Why did Crusoe want to stay near the sea? Crusoe chose a place near the sea from where he could behold the sea so that he could see whether any ship was passing the way. Who was the real mother of Tom Jones? At first Jenny Jones and later Mrs. Waters, but Tom's actual mother is Mrs. Bigot. Why did the Allworthy give to Tom a little horse? Allworthy whipped Tom severely and then felt sorry about it. To compensate, he gifted Tom a little horse. Who was Sophia? Sophia, the daughter of Violet Square, is the beautiful, generous heroine of Tom Jones. What does the name Allworthy signify? The name Allworthy signifies Mr. Allworthy's reputation and fame throughout Europe. How did Gulliver find himself in Lilliput after a sound sleep? Gulliver found his arms, legs, and even his hair strongly fastened on each side to the ground. Who do the Lilliputians represent allegorically? The Lilliputians, a tiny race of people, represent the pettiness and small-mindedness of the English and mankind in general. Why was Master Blifil envious of Tom? Master Blifil envious of Tom because Tom was very dear to Allworthy and Bigot. তো এই ছিল 2014 থেকে 19 সাল পর্যন্ত আসা ব্রিফ কোশ্চেনগুলোর সমাধান। আই হোপ আপনারা এই কোশ্চেনগুলো পড়লে অনেক 90% কমন পাবেন এক্সামে। সো বন্ধুরা, আজকে পর্যন্ত, এই নেক্সট আবার অন্যান্য টিউটোরিয়াল নিয়ে আসছি। থ্যাঙ্কস।